My TikTok challenge turned me into an internet star as a woman. I never expected to go viral. To be honest, I never expected much of anything for myself. I was just Ethan Carter, your average, forgettable 19-year-old college freshman. I wasn't unpopular, but I wasn't the guy people noticed either. I had a few good friends, got decent grades, and spent most of my free time gaming or scrolling through TikTok, watching other people live the kind of exciting, confident lives I could only dream of. My best friend, Jake, was different. He was the type who could post a random video of himself eating cereal and somehow get 1,000 likes. He was confident, charismatic, and effortlessly cool, the kind of guy who made things happen. And me, I was just along for the ride. Dude, you've got to stop lurking and actually post something, Jake told me one night as we sat in our dorm, mindlessly scrolling through our feeds. I shrugged. What's the point? No one cares what I post. Jake rolled his eyes. That's because you never try. You've got potential, man. You're funny, and honestly, you got that whole, I dunno, soft pretty boy thing going on. People love that on TikTok. I scoffed. Soft pretty boy thing? Thanks, I guess. He grinned. I'm just saying, if you actually put yourself out there, people would notice. I wanted to believe him. But deep down, I knew the truth. I wasn't interesting. I wasn't bold or confident. I didn't have the kind of personality that went viral. But the idea lingered. The truth was, I had always wanted to stand out. I wanted to feel seen, to be admired. But every time I tried to be someone worth noticing, doubt crept in. What if people laughed? What if they judged me? It was easier to stay invisible. Still, there was this nagging part of me, one I barely acknowledged, that craved transformation. Not just popularity, but change. Sometimes, I imagined being someone completely different, someone fearless, someone who didn't care what people thought. I just didn't know how to become that person. And then, one ridiculous TikTok challenge changed everything. It all started as a joke. Jake and I were in our dorm, scrolling through TikTok like always, when he suddenly sat up, eyes gleaming with mischief. Dude, have you seen this challenge? The boy to baddie trend. I raised an eyebrow. No. What is it? He shoved his phone in my face. On the screen, a guy with shaggy hair and a plain hoodie stood awkwardly in front of the camera. Then, with a quick transition, he reappeared, only now he looked stunning. Hairstyled, flawless makeup, wearing a tight dress that accentuated his curves. He twirled, smirking confidently, and the comments were filled with people freaking out. No way, I muttered. Jake grinned. Come on, Ethan. You'd kill it. You already have the soft features. Just need a little makeup and some confidence. I rolled my eyes. Yeah, right. Like anyone wants to see me do that. Bro, that's exactly why you should, Jake said, practically bouncing with excitement. People love transformation videos. Imagine the views. And if you go all in wig, makeup, everything. Boom. Viral. I hesitated. The idea was ridiculous, but also intriguing. I thought about all those times I'd imagined being someone different, someone bold. This was just a joke, right? A silly challenge. It wasn't real. But what if, just for a moment, I could be that confident person? Jake must have seen my hesitation because he pounced. I dare you. No, I double dare you. He smirked. Unless you're scared. I groaned. Fine. But you're helping me. Jake hooped. Oh, this is gonna be legendary. I laughed, shaking my head, but my heart was pounding. I had no idea that this one challenge would change everything. The moment I agreed to the challenge, I felt a mix of excitement and dread. What had I just signed up for? You're gonna look amazing, Jake said, way too enthusiastically as he pulled up a makeup tutorial on his laptop. We just need some supplies. Supplies, I repeated, already regretting everything. Makeup, a wig, some clothes, you know, the essentials. I groaned. Dude, where am I supposed to get all that? Jake smirked. Luckily, my sister left some of her stuff here last time she visited. And don't worry, I won't tell her you borrowed it. 10 minutes later, I was staring at a pile of makeup, a long brown wig, and a fitted dress that looked way too small. I swallowed hard. Maybe this was a bad idea. Jake sighed, plopping down next to me. Look, I know this is out of your comfort zone, but trust me, this is gonna be awesome. You'll get to see yourself in a totally new way. I hesitated, but deep down, something about that idea intrigued me. What if I could be someone else for a little while? What if, just for a few minutes, I could escape the boring, forgettable version of myself? Taking a deep breath, I grabbed the first makeup item I saw, a tube of foundation. All right, let's do this. Jake grinned. That's the spirit. Step 1, makeup disaster. Jake was not a makeup expert. You just blend it, he said, smearing foundation across my face with his fingers. It felt thick and sticky, and when I glanced in the mirror, I looked like a patchy orange mess. Dude, I deadpanned. I look like a badly frosted cake. Jake burst out laughing. Okay, let's try again. After several frustrating and hilarious attempts, I decided to look up a tutorial myself. Slowly, I got the hang of it. Concealer to hide dark spots, eyeliner to make my eyes pop, mascara to add some drama. When I finally stepped back, I barely recognized the face staring back at me. I didn't look like a joke. I looked different. Softer. Almost pretty. My stomach flipped. Step 2, the wig and dress. The wig was another challenge. It was long and wavy, completely unlike my usual messy hair. Jake helped adjust it, and once it was in place, I stared at my reflection, unable to deny how much it changed my entire look. Then came the real test, the dress. This is way too tight, I muttered as I struggled to pull it over my head. Dude, you're supposed to step into it, Jake said, rolling his eyes. When I finally managed to squeeze into it, I felt ridiculous. The fabric hugged my body in ways I wasn't used to, emphasizing curves I didn't even know I had. I turned to the mirror, and my breath caught. I didn't see Ethan Carter, the awkward, forgettable college freshman. I saw someone new, someone confident, someone who could walk into a room and turn heads. The thought sent a strange, thrilling shiver through me. Step 3, the first TikTok. Jake clapped his hands. All right, time for the big moment. I swallowed hard, nerves creeping in. Maybe we should just take a picture instead. Nope, Jake said firmly. Go big or go home. I hesitated, staring at my reflection one last time. Was this really me? But then I thought about all the times I had wished I could be someone different, someone bold, someone who stood out. Maybe, just for a few seconds, I could be that person. Taking a deep breath, I opened the TikTok app, hit record, and stepped in front of the camera. The music started. I took a deep breath, then struck a pose. And just like that, my life changed forever. I didn't expect much when I posted the video. Maybe a few likes, a couple of my friends laughing at me. I figured it would get buried under the millions of other TikToks floating around. But the next morning, my phone exploded with notifications. I blinked at the screen, my heart pounding as I scrolled through the comments. OMG, who is she? Fire. No way that's a guy. This has to be fake. Bro, you look better as a girl than most girls I know, loudly crying face with tears of joy. We need more of this. Do a voice reveal. I stared, my head spinning. The video had over 200,000 views. Jake nearly tackled me when he saw. Dude, you're viral. I should have been thrilled. This was the attention I'd always wanted, right? But instead, my stomach twisted. Because suddenly, everyone had an opinion about me. The internet's judgment. At first, the praise was overwhelming. People loved the transformation. Some even begged me to make more videos. But then came the trolls. Nah, this is weird. You must be gay. Dude, what's wrong with you? Bet he actually wants to be a girl. The words stung more than I wanted to admit. I tried to shake it off, but the comments burrowed into my mind. Was I taking this too far? Was I making a fool of myself? Jake noticed my mood shift and nudged me. Hey, don't let those idiots get to you. Haters only show up when you're doing something big. I nodded, but doubt lingered. Facing myself, I avoided making another video for a few days, but every time I looked in the mirror, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The truth was, I liked the way I looked in that TikTok. Not just because of the attention, though that was nice, but because, for the first time, I saw myself differently. A part of me liked feeling pretty, liked the confidence that came with it. But what did that mean? I wasn't sure I was ready to answer that question. A new challenge. A few days later, Jake hit me with an idea that made my stomach flip. We should do a live stream. I nearly choked on my drink. Eh, what? Jake grinned. A full-on, real-time transformation. People love that kind of thing. Plus, it shuts down the haters. No one can say it's fake if they see it live. The thought terrified me. A video was one thing. I could edit it, control how I looked. But a live stream? That was raw. That was real. I wanted to say no. I almost did. But then I thought about how I felt in that dress, in that wig, with my makeup done just right. How, for the first time, I wasn't invisible. I took a shaky breath. Okay, let's do it. Jake grinned. Hell yes. The moment I agreed, my heart pounded like crazy. Because deep down I knew this wasn't just a TikTok challenge anymore. This was something bigger. The countdown hit 0. I took a deep breath as the live stream began, my hands trembling slightly as I waved at the screen. Hey everyone, I said, forcing a smile. So this is happening. Jake adjusted the camera, grinning. Get ready, people. We're about to turn Ethan into her. The comments poured in instantly. OMG, I've been waiting for this. No way this is real. Slay Queen. Crown. I exhaled slowly, steadying myself. I could do this. I wanted to do this. I started with foundation, blending it carefully this time, following every step I'd practiced. Concealer. Contour. Soft pink blush that made my cheekbones pop. The nerves faded with each brushstroke. My reflection shifted, morphing into someone familiar yet new. The eyeliner was next, a perfect wing that made my eyes look bigger, bolder. A coat of mascara, a soft shimmer of eyeshadow. Then lipstick, rosy, glossy, just enough to make my lips stand out. I was lost in the process, completely focused. Every stroke, every little detail felt right. Then came the wig. I ran my fingers through the silky strands, adjusting it until the waves framed my face just so. Jake handed me the final piece, the dress. It was deep red, sleek and elegant, hugging my frame in all the right places. I stepped back, staring at my reflection. And for the first time, I didn't see Ethan. I saw her. The chat exploded. Holy! You're stunning. I refuse to believe that's the same person. I'm in love. Jake whistled. Dude! I mean girl, you're a total knockout. I laughed, a little breathless. And for the first time, it wasn't nervous laughter. It was real. I turned to the camera, heart pounding, but not from fear. From exhilaration. From finally seeing myself in a way I never had before. Guess I should pick a name now, huh? I said, grinning. The comments flooded with suggestions. And I realized this wasn't just a challenge anymore. This was me. The next challenge came faster than I expected. A week after my viral transformation, Jake hit me with an idea that made my stomach drop. Let's go out. I blinked. Go out. Like in public. He nodded. Full transformation. Makeup, wig, dress. We hit a cafe, maybe walk around town. It's the next step. My pulse spiked. It was one thing to exist online, behind filters and angles. But stepping outside in broad daylight, that was real. That was terrifying. Jake must have seen my hesitation because he grinned. You don't have to. But I think you want to. And the truth was, he was right. Stepping into the world. I took my time getting ready. Not just because I wanted everything to be perfect, but because each step calmed me. The foundation, the lashes, the lipstick. Each one felt like armor. When I slipped into the dress, a casual but elegant sundress with soft floral patterns, it felt like me. Jake gave me a thumbs up. You ready? I wasn't sure, but I nodded anyway. The second we stepped outside, my heart pounded like a drum. Every person walking by felt like they were staring, judging. Was my voice too deep? Could they tell? But then, something unexpected happened. A girl walked past, then did a double take. I love your dress, she said, smiling. I froze. Oh, thank you. She gave me an approving nod before walking away. I barely had time to process before a group of guys walked past. One of them glanced at me and smirked. Damn, she's cute. I felt my face heat up. Jake nudged me. Told you. And just like that, the fear cracked, letting something else through exhilaration. The moment of truth. We reached the cafe, and I walked up to the counter, my stomach still fluttering. The barista, a girl around my age, smiled. What can I get you? For a split second, panic seized me. She was talking to me. Not as Ethan. Not as some guy in a wig. As her. I took a breath, steadying my voice. "I'll have an iced latte, please." She didn't flinch. Didn't give me a weird look. Just smiled and nodded like it was the most normal thing in the world. As we sat down, Jake leaned back, sipping his drink. "So, how does it feel?" I let the moment settle in. The dress against my skin, the lipstick on the rim of my cup, the warmth in my chest. Like I was exactly where I was meant to be. I met his gaze and smiled. "It feels right." Life didn't change overnight, but something inside me had. What started as a TikTok challenge turned into something much bigger, something I couldn't ignore. I no longer saw my transformation as a temporary stunt for views. It was me, a part of me that had always been there, waiting to be embraced. I started going live more often, sharing makeup tutorials, fashion hauls, and even casual get-ready-with-me videos. The internet had already fallen in love with my transformation, but the real surprise was how I fell in love with it too. At first, I kept my double life separate. I still dressed like Ethan at school and around family, afraid of the questions, the judgment. But the more time I spent as her, the harder it became to ignore the truth. One night, I sat in front of my mirror, half-dressed in a new outfit, debating whether to hit live on my next stream. Jake, lying on my bed, watching me with his usual smirk, finally spoke. "You know, you don't have to pick, right?" I turned to him. "What do you mean?" He shrugged. "You're worried about labels. About whether you're Ethan or whoever this is. But maybe you're just you. And that's enough." His words stuck with me. I didn't have to define it right away. I didn't have to rush. All I knew was that, for the first time, I felt happy. A few weeks later, I walked into school wearing eyeliner. Just a subtle touch, nothing dramatic. But the confidence it gave me, that was something else. A few heads turned, some whispers followed, but I didn't care. Because I finally felt like myself. And for the first time in my life, that was more than enough. Sometimes, life takes us on unexpected journeys. What started as a simple challenge turned into something far more personal, a journey of self-discovery, confidence, and acceptance. I used to think I had to fit into one box or another, to be this or that. But the truth is, we don't have to have all the answers right away. Identity isn't a fixed destination, it's a path we walk, step by step at our own pace. Whether it's through makeup, fashion, or simply allowing ourselves to explore, we deserve the freedom to be who we truly are. And when we embrace that, the world opens up in ways we never imagined. So if there's something inside you waiting to be seen, don't be afraid to let it shine. Because sometimes, the person you were always meant to be has been there all along, just waiting for you to say yes.